discussion as well. Now we move on. In latest developments, President Trump is seeking to claw back roughly $5 billion in congressionally approved funding for foreign aid programs using a pocket rescission, a rare use of presidential power. The pocket rescission has not been used in nearly 50 years. President Trump made the request in a letter sent to Speaker Mike Johnson. The White House is aiming to cut $4.9 billion in funds allocated to the State Department and the U.S. Agency for International Development. This move is expected to draw backlash. According to reports, the president is aiming to cut roughly $3 billion in funding for USAID, plus an additional roughly $900 million in State Department funds and $445 million in separate peacekeeping aid. Now we are joined by Raymond Vickery. He's a former U.S. Assistant Secretary of Commerce, joins us live from Washington, D.C. Thank you very much, Raymond, for joining us again. Good to see you. Now, given this pocket recession, which has not been used in nearly 50 years, what was your first reaction and what message does this move send about the current administration's foreign policy?
Well, thanks again for having me. It seems to me that this is all of a piece with the President Donald Trump approach to international affairs. Basically, he's advocated the position as leader of the free world in favor of some sort of fortress America, where we do not join in cooperation to build peace and prosperity throughout the world. Basically, he had already destroyed the USAID agency. This latest clawback, of course, is notable because it is yet another tactic to override the law. And when funds have been appropriated and Congress has spoken in the past with very, very few exceptions, those funds have been spent according to the law. President Trump does not recognize constitutional constraints of separation of powers, of the checks and balances which are written into the U.S. Constitution. And so what he's trying to do here is yet another avenue to carry out his basic precept that the United States is some sort of real estate developer, if you will, and that we make transactions with people. We don't have relations. We have deals in which supposedly President Donald Trump and the U.S. come out on top. This is completely unrealistic. It is completely contrary to what Republican and Democratic presidents have done ever since World War II, and which has largely been responsible for keeping the peace around the world. So yes, it's yet another shoe dropping, if you will, in terms of attack on the U.S. Constitution. But it is not unexpected, and I expect there will be more of the same from President Trump. And the rest of the world needs to recognize what they're dealing with in regard to President Trump.
Thank you very much, Raymond, for joining us and sharing your insight as always. Thank you very much. Now we move on to Middle East. Palestinian factions in Lebanon have handed over